What is up, guys? This is McNachievin here, and I'm along with
Jackman yet again.
And today we are back for the 4th episode of the podcast. So, if you don't know what the podcast is, it's pretty much we talk about a whole ton of books and tell people about what they are and how we like them.
Yep. Yep. Which books you should choose and which you should probably which I really don't. I can't make up a rhyme. Or it's just which books you should choose and which books you shouldn't take off the shelves.
Alright, so like usual, Jack will go first and then I'll go second.
Alright, starting off our whole list is a Blast from the Past, going back to the early 1990s, is the book that started the company known as Image, Rob Liefeld's Youngblood #1. I was able to get this out of a dollar bin, and most likely because many dealers may keep on saying, and fans keep on saying that this here was part of the speculator boom that caused the whole comic book crap, the whole speculator comic book bubble to burst in 1995. Thus taking a lot of shops with it. I'm not going to go into much detail, but here's how the science works. Works with this kind of thing. Frankly, they kept on saying that all these books were collectibles and all. They were actually rare. Well, the truth is, hundreds, if not millions, of copies are being published consistently by the publisher by such companies as DC, Marvel, Image, Dark Horse, and so forth, just so they can turn a profit. As such, many copies are swept up with all these gimmicky ideas such as chromium covers, varied covers, and so forth, glow-in-the-dark ink, white or entirely black covers, and as such, eventually the bubble burst, and a lot of publishers lost a lot of money. And like, for crying out loud, Marvel even had to declare bankruptcy back then.
Yeah, and look at Marvel now. They're probably the biggest, not only biggest comic book company, but probably the biggest movie dealers.
Yep, I'm sure that's all about to change with DC next year.
No.
Are you sure?
You have to remember, Captain America Civil War, that whole event is starting.
Yes, that's starting too, but still, Marvel, DC is trying to pick up the pace with Batman, Superman, and so forth.
No, it will be famous. DC will get more caught up, but for what Marvel's been doing the past few years has been incredible, and I just don't think DC can beat that. It doesn't come from a person that prefers DC comics over Marvel comics. I just prefer I just prefer Marvel movies over DC movies.
Yeah, but what you're saying, you have to remember, Marvel's been doing this longer than DC has. Even though DC got the movie deals first back in the 70s and the 80s, Superman and Batman, and also Batman the Animated Series and so forth, leading on to Superman the Animated Series and all Bruce Timm's stuff for Warner Bros. Animation. Then now, frankly, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Iceberg. The real first mega blockbuster hit you could say was 2000's X-Men. X-Men and its 2 sequels, X2 and X-Men: The Last Stand.
Yeah. And also the first Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, it's the first Spider-Man trilogy by Sam Raimi, and so on and on. Those were what laid the foundation for the Marvel movieverse, and even though DC had the Dark Knight trilogy and Man of Steel, which is directed by Zack Snyder and produced by Christopher Nolan, it's still they're still having a little trouble trying to catch up.
Yeah, but I just think since they have so much trouble catching up, even if this is going to be a success, that whole Infinity War is starting with Marvel, and it's not going to completely overshadow them, nowhere near, but Marvel will still be #1 in terms of box office residue, in terms of amount of money they make.
Yes, Marvel is the largest comic book company. Right now, I think it's DC. DC in terms of the books themselves.
Yeah, true, but in terms of movie, Marvel just is going to be...
Yeah, Marvel's just going to be in. Anyway, to continue on my list, I go to another Image book from the 90s, The Savage Dragon #1 by Eric Larson. But Eric Larson, I love The Savage Dragon, mainly because it's an interesting character, interesting plot. A superhero is a superhero, a beat cop on the mean streets of Chicago, trying to fend off supervillain after supervillain and trying to take a city back from wretched crime overlords and so forth. Pretty much a very interesting the plot is not as only interesting, but contains kind of a soap opera like atmosphere. Atmosphere, but also a very intriguing atmosphere filled with plot after subplot, and then subplot after plot, so forth, But all in all, it's just a really good book, all around, filled with action, suspense, and so forth. Very good, very good. The artwork is terrific. The storytelling is perfect. The plot is palatable. You name it.
And I really can call. I'm gonna say this right now. Savage Dragon is gonna be the first Image book I will call great. It's the first great Image series, and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Spawn is the greatest series." No, it's Savage Dragon.
Yes, and Spawn has gone on. Spawn has had to lie low for a little while because
long while.
Yes, yes, and during that time, I didn't even know the original Spawn died, and in his place, a new guy took over, and then finally, I can't remember.
Al Simmons?
Yeah, Al Simmons finally came back from the grave.
Yeah, I know. But I just don't like Spawn in general.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I like it a little bit, but not much. Anyway, to continue on. Another book from the 90s, this time by DC, and illustrated by the creator of Grindel and Mage, in the 80s, Matt Wagner, is Sandman Mystery Fear. This book here actually ties in with Neil Gaiman's Sandman, with the fact that Wesley Dawes, that in the absence of a Morpheus, the world is in need of a new protector of dreams. As such, tried to take hold of a poor little Wesley Dawes, the Golden Age Sandman, who was constantly plagued by his nightmares of a figure and gas mask like Helm trying to break free out of his cell. As such, Wesley Dodds becomes the Golden Age Sandman. Wesley Dodds takes out crime constantly with nothing more than his wits, his fist, and a gas gun. But still, the book is very good. It actually explores many details, and the plots actually reflect many changes that are happening at the time, such as rape and many issues that were made throughout the phrase in the 40s, including not limited to racism, rape, child abuse, so forth and on and on. Little parts you never thought were made Great Depression era America or anything else. Other than that, it's a very good book. Very awestruck. Matt Wagner does a very good job writing this whole series. And frankly, my take, it's average, but hey, in my opinion, it will do.
Okay, before we get to this next book, I was legitimately just listening. I was like, yeah, and then you just starts describing about the racism and rape and that. I'm like, whoa, that is dark, even for Sandman.
I know, but this is a Mystery Fear. They're trying to explore some of the problems that were prevalent for this era, but all at this era they're like the lying underbelly of America, frankly. After that, I have something from the recent era, the New 52, Batman Superman, Volume 1, Crossworld. I read this book, love it. Jay Lee is a very good artist. The plot here is very simple, and retelling the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel's first team up ever, but saying that, but also reintroducing Darkseid again to the DC universe. Although Darkseid was first seen in the 52 in Justice League of America by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. This book here actually explores a little bit further and actually rewrites his own Darkseid's origin, such as who he is, where he came from, how he gained his powers, and so forth. All in all, it's a very good book. The artwork can be sunny. The artwork can be light at times and dark at times, but bright, but yet then again, murky. Very good story. Very good story. Also it explores the whole varying differences between both crime fighters in very good detail, but also shows that although they may have their differences, they still are able to work together as the world's finest team.
Yeah, and Batman versus why am I saying Batman versus Superman? I was just having that.
It is Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, but it's technically Batman Superman, not Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
But yeah, I should just say that I've not read it, but I've been really wanting to read it because I'm a fan of the New 52. I'm a fan of Batman. Not as much as I'm not a big Superman guy, but I do like him. But I've just been like, yeah, very, very good.
Hey, I've always loved The World's Finest.
World's Finest is a great series.
Yep. Yep. Next we have a book that is a book that is not a collection nor a graphic novel or anything else of the like. It is rather a history about DC Comics through its first 60 years. DC Comics, 60 years, the world's most favorite comic book heroes by Les Daniels. Going up to 1995, this whole book explains the origin of the DC company, and also continues also shows the rise and fall and the rise again of the comic book medium up to the glory days of the Golden Age, on for the whole comic book controversy of the 50s, then up to the Silver Age, the 60s, and so on and on and on. For all the TV movie deals, the licensing deals, so forth, but also explaining different series, different major characters, and also getting a little bit of insight into their creation, their creation, their evolution, and so forth by the creators themselves.
I pretty much have no comment because I don't really read all the big history books for DC or Marvel or any company for its comics, but I think I should start trying because I'm fascinated by comic books themselves, so why not be fascinated by the history of them?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just kind of something I'm ashamed of saying, and
it's alright. Trust me, a lot of new fans that they even bother me. I've been a fan since I was in grade school.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, I'm pretty much good to go.
Wait, you have one more book, I think.
No more book? No, actually, I'm all done here. See? Done.
Wait. Did you talk about this?
Oh, yes, you're right. The last one and the big one. All hail Neil Gaiman. Yet again.
All rise for the greatest thing ever written.
The Sandman, Volume 5, A Game of You, which is by far, in my opinion, one of the strangest stories Neil Gaiman has yet written, concerning a small part of the dreaming that unfortunately starting to wreak havoc on our Earth. On our Earth and all. Morpheus, of course, takes no notice in the beginning, but bit by bit, inch by inch, he starts to notice there's something wrong as such begins to investigate. What he finds is not pleasant. It's not pleasant. Some of it can be beautiful. Some of it is horror. Some of it is not. It's just plain horrifying.
Oh, I just have to flip through this to relive the magic a little bit. Oh man! Oh yeah! This thing comes in.
Yeah.
Picture.
Mr. So and so.
Yeah. Oh man, it's. Oh yeah, it's this story. Oh yeah, with I'm terrible with names with the side characters of this series.
Okay.
Oh, Wilkinson.
Yes,
yeah, Wilkinson.
Okay. Yes, Wilkinson.
Alright, yeah, but Sandman. Phenomenal.
Yes, very good book.
Thing of Beauty.
Yeah, Thing of Beauty. So on and on and on. So on and on and on. A pleasant series. And by far, Neil Gaiman is one of the best.
So next I will get onto the stack. Now, these next two books are before something. Now, before I get into my books, I should say I went to Kansas City Comic-Con! Yes! I shouldn't rub it in my face because...
who cares? I was able to go, but because hey, I don't have... Because hey, I'm broke as is. I only got a few bucks in my pocket and to my name. So, but hey, I can... Wait, doesn't mean I could go walk down my local comic shop and just spend a few bucks.
Yeah, but the first two books I'm going to talk about, first two, are before Comic-Con, but the next books afterwards are just all Comic-Con related books. And those 2 books are
Age of Ultron
and Carnage.
Yep,
the
Carnage
2009 series. But first I'm going to talk about Age of Ultron. I pretty much like to call this miniseries the beginning of the end. This is where the universe starts to tie in with each other, and you start to find out about what's going to happen to the Marvel Universe, and it eventually ties in with the Secret Wars.
Yes, and unfortunately, this leads to the end of many universes, many subplots. So I'm sorry for you guys out there, but unfortunately, a lot of the different various alternate realities of Marvel characters may have been vanquished a long time ago.
But but every event between this is the last necessary event before Secret Wars. This was necessary because it's pretty much describing the end, but every other event, like Original Sin, is pointless. Access is pointless. This and Secret Wars are not pointless.
Yes, because it's written by none other than the one who relaunched Marvel with the Ultimate line, Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah, very, very good writer. I once called him one of my least favorites, but now ever since I read Ultimate Spider-Man, I think I was just reading the wrong things. But everything else besides those few series that Brian Michael Bendis has done, because he's done a lot.
Yes, his dialogue, a snappy quip, which actually fits almost every single character. Because inside us all we have the guy who's part. Inside us all, we have that mindset that we're part jerk, part comedian, part serious speaker.
Yeah, but Age of Ultron, this is a really good event, but it just leads on to what I think is a bad event, because Secret Wars is I'm not going to say that, because I'm not a fan of Secret Wars, and because of one reason only. Hickman. But anyway,
yeah, as in, are you saying that as in Jonathan Hickman? I'm coming for you.
No, it's like
I know.
Hickman.
Okay.
Robot House.
All right.
But this next series is Carnage, which is a short series by I don't know who it's by actually, but it's Wells.
Yeah, Wells. Zeb Wells.
Zeb Wells.
Yeah, Zeb Wells.
And this pretty much marks the return of Carnage, because if you don't know, I think it was around like 2000 or something, but Carnage was like thrown up in the air, like torn to shreds.
Thank God. Thank God. Who knows how much havoc he would have wreaked throughout the Marvel Universe if he had been allowed to live for the past few years.
Yeah, but then he returns in this issue.
Hey, boy.
Or at least in this series. But I haven't read this yet. But, yeah, Carnage is one of my favorite villains ever. He's seriously up there with Venom and the Joker. He's fantastic.
Yes. Unfortunately, for most of you fans, if you have not been reading him from the past few years, a lot has happened. After or during the events of Civil War, the Venom symbiote actually starts spreading much more quickly. Too. Besides Toxin, which is yet another offspring, the Venom symbiote actually split in two. The original Scorpion, I can't remember his name, became the new Venom, while Eddie Brock regained the Venom symbiote and became Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom. His suit is now white and black. Meaning now that he pretty much he's now the good side of the symbiotes, and such is now becoming a new ally to Spider-Man once and for all.
Yeah, and through Secret Wars, isn't Venom now part of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep.
Yeah. So next one, now the rest of the books are from Comic-Con, and most of them are signed. This first book, I'm only showing it because I got it signed. It's Thor: God of Thunder, signed by Jason Aaron.
Yes, Jason Aaron. I've heard of Jason Aaron. I've not read his stuff yet. I'm sorry to say.
Jason Aaron, he's a good writer. But this is issue 23. No particular reason. I just got this random issue just for him to sign it. And it's phenomenal.
Yep. And then there's also Moon Knight by
Brian Wood, but I got it signed by Greg Smallwood, who's the artist of the series. And I do want to talk about this book a little bit. Moon Knight I swear to God, if you are not reading this book, you are missing out. Like, at least Warren Ellis's and Brian Wood's run is amazing. The best thing from Marvel now. Even better than Hawkeye. And Hawkeye is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Greg Smallwood, one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Like, seriously, we just struck a conversation and it lasted for a while. He's such a great guy.
Yep.
And up next, I got Avengers Arena #1, signed by Dennis Hopeless, the writer.
Yep. You know, actually, if I remember correctly, Smallwood did the program for this year's Planet Comic-Con.
I think he did.
Actually. Yeah, he was the one. Yeah, he was the one to illustrate it, at least.
Yeah, but Avengers Arena, this is pretty much like a whole ton of Marvel characters put in like a Hunger Games or Battle Royale situation.
Yes, I know. Kind of like what happened in Planet Hulk, or unfortunately, the battles that took place during Civil War.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you don't like Civil War?
No, I do like Civil War. I'm kind of angry though that Captain America was killed by Red Skull and brought back to life. Really? Come on, that's already happened with Superman. You can't just do it again and again and again with different characters.
Yeah, that's...
Once a plot's been used, it's no good, alright? Look, if you intend to kill off a character, make sure you figure out about the fan base. That's what I'd say.
Alright, yeah, but, this is a rather good book. I have not read past the first few issues. But yeah, very, very good series. Dennis Hopeless is a great writer. Very glad about it. And this next book, one of my favorite Image series, Southern Bastards, but it doesn't end there. BAM! Jason Aaron signed it. He even used my name, and he said Roll Tide, because this is a book about Southern football.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like a whole, like, a player comes back to town, and he, like, tries to fit himself in again, but the whole city is pretty much ruled under the football coach.
Oh.
Yeah, it is dark, but I love it. The trades are really cheap, even if you get them retail. They're like $10 retail. But yeah, very happy with this book. Jason Aaron, yet again, great writer. I just love it.
Then next you have Solitary. Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, Solitary. Okay. What do I even say about this book? It's pretty much a man on death row who's immortal. And it is one of the greatest concepts ever. I don't feel like he puts the most... I don't think C.W. Cook puts up all the, potential to use, but he uses most of it. It's a fantastic book. I just think it had a weak first issue. I think he kind of started off rough, but once it kicked off with issue #2, it became great. And it's really cheap. It's really short, sadly, but this was the Kansas City Comic-Con exclusive, so yeah, very happy with this book. I love it. And also, bam, oh man, that would have been scary. But it's signed by a C.W. Cook and the cover artist. So yeah. And this next book's not signed, it's just here. I bought it for like $5. It's great. And that is the second volume of Nailbiter. This is pretty much, there's a serial killer in a city of serial killers.
Oh.
Oh, there's another one! There's another board! Okay, long story short, we found boards inside of these, inside this trade. Look, hold on, I'm gonna get the other one. Oh my goodness. We found 2 of these boards!
Yeah, those right there, I know those are actually for now. No, now you see that little tag right there? Yeah. That right there is proof. That little tag right there, that little sticker is proof of purchase, actually. That's how, a security device, that's how they actually keep track of who, so they actually don't lose whatever.
If I can put this together, can it make a comic book board?
Probably.
I'm keeping these.
Yeah, you keep those just for a makeshift board.
Yeah. But, Nailbiter is a fantastic series. It's written by an upcoming writer that I think is starting to creep up more into one of my favorites, Joshua Williamson. And, he also did a Ghosted and the more recent, Birthright, which I have not read Birthright or Ghosted yet, but Nailbiter, fantastic series. And also, I think I can find it. Will Coop appears in the book.
Oh, Brian Michael Bendis.
Brian Michael Bendis appears in the book. I think there's just a whole issue dedicated to him.
Oh.
It's funny, but yeah, really, really happy with Nailbiter. And it's a pretty long series. It's an ongoing series, which I'm really happy with.
Yep.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, I think I'm all done here.
Alright, so let's just keep this episode shorter, or maybe, I don't know how long this episode is, but this has been the 4th episode of the podcast. If you guys enjoy, make sure to comment down below on what you thought of the series so far, and Jack, do you want to say...
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, also, if you actually have any ideas for us to do a series, or top 10 list, or anything else, or a one-shot episode, please state all your suggestions in the comments below.
So, anyway, I'm just going to end it right here. I'm Mega Man Chief Fan, a.k.a. Graham.
And I'm Jack Ball. I'm Jack, a.k.a. Jackman1999.
And we'll see you later, guys.